I'm Amy Zawi with the Jerusalem Connection Red Alert Report for Wednesday, September 9th. Who's still pointing at the Jews? Well, so many it's hard to count this week, but here are just a few. Mayor de Blasio in New York City is still targeting Jewish communities and synagogues and criminalizing their gatherings, not just for worship, but for weddings and funerals. All while storefronts and streets are inundated with crime, vandalism, and human contamination, while they are allowed to work unfettered because they are peaceful protesters. In Delaware in late August, the Chabad house of the University of Delaware was vandalized by arson. While the investigation ruled it was indeed arson, it is still pending on whether it is a hate crime or not. I'll wait to see how that turns out. However, I have to give it to that community members in the Blue Hen Chabad house because they're fundraising already to build a bigger and better house that can do more good than it has already done. And that is their talk on their agenda. Talk about making lemonade out of lemons. In LA in August, a town where church groups are rounded up even when they have service in parking lots, there's been a series of hateful antisemitic banners cropping up along overpasses on freeways. Jewish advocacy groups are working with the Highway Patrol to ensure that the hate speech is curtailed. Governor Newsom signed a bill into law last Monday to require an ethnic study course requirement in order to matriculate from California State University. Starting with the 2021-22 school year, they are going to have an initiative where a course that has in ethnic studies has to be completed in order to have one's graduation. Now, many organizations encourage the governor to veto this because the problem is that most ethnic studies courses in the California State University systems are biased and agenda-driven and critical of Israel and lack academic honesty. They are written and administered by faculty already hostile to Israel. The problem the organizations who wanted the veto noted is that there's a difference between a broad field of ethnic studies, which its goal is to understand and celebrate the contribution and the state of the country's diversity, and the narrow field of what is known as critical ethnic studies that is specifically referenced in this bill that was passed. The bill is dangerous because anti-Zionist advocacy and the promotion of BDS are intrinsic part of that studies that is now required. Faculty have repeatedly demonstrated a willingness to promote BDS and anti-Zionist advocacy in their academic programming and within the classrooms. And faculty support and the promotion of BDS is linked to harassment of Jewish students on campus. And until further notice, the class is now mandatory for every California university student to get his or her degree. In Florida, Laura Loomer, a 27-year-old Jewish investigative journalist and activist, has been banned by Twitter because she said that Ilhan Omar was anti-Jewish. Loomer has been banned on nearly every single social media platform, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Uber and Lyft, Uber Eats, PayPal, Venmo, GoFundMe, and a bunch of others. Chase Bank even shut down her access to online banking. Some of the people she has confronted on camera include Hillary Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, Maxine Waters, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Linda Sarsour, and Keith Ellison. Ms. Loomer is not one to cave. She just won the Republican Party primary in Florida's 21st Congressional District, the home district of Donald Trump. She will now face a Democratic incumbent named Lois Frankel, also a Jewish woman, in the November election. Lois Frankel was one of the 115 congressional members to send a letter to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in June voicing their opposition to the possible application of Israeli sovereignty to parts of Judea and Samaria. What's unique about this upcoming election in Florida is that this is the first congressional race that will be between two Jewish women, one Republican, one Democrat. So while Ms. Loomer has been censored and banned from many an outlet, her message seems to be resonating with someone. She's got a personal congrats from the President Donald Trump on her accomplishments thus far. Now, I don't know Ms. Loomer's full platform, but if you live in Florida's 21st District, you need to be keen on this race. Eventually, the truth bubbles up and the cream rises to the top. Shavua Tov, and have a great week.